Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, it is KingNido here, and today we are in Olivine City where we are having a rematch from the now defunct Elite Challenge League Grand Trial. It'll be the Olivine Carbons hosting the Hard Home Spectres, and the Spectres have not lost a game yet this season. This is a battle of resistances going up against immunities. Let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win. Will it be the Steel types or will it be the Ghost types? I always look forward to these two sides going head to head as Gengar and Typhlosion in its Hisuian form. It'll be Orthworm and Corviknight coming out for the Olivine Carbons, and immediately Gengar, who's making its debut this season with the Hurricane onto Orthworm. Not very effective, but gets a great hit. Typhlosion looking to follow it up with the Leech Life onto Corviknight. Not very effective. It needs to capitalize on that Fire typing over the Steel types because that is a weakness. They do have the Vine Whip from Corviknight onto Typhlosion, very little damage, and Orthworm follows it up with the Icicle Spear. This multi-hit move will not be very effective. Typhlosion taking only 2 hits from it, though as I said, Gengar is making its debut this season, won't be able to capitalize on its part poison typing due to the immunity that the Olivine Carbons have, and that Drill Run also will not affect Corviknight as the Facade connects with Orthworm. Very little damage. Again, those resistances that the Steel types have, and the Grassy Glide now onto Typhlosion. Not very effective yet again from Corviknight. Orthworm follows it up with the Swords Dance, so it is going to boost its attack here. Now, it's more of a physically defensive Pokemon. Gengar with the Snipe Shot, though, onto Corviknight. Gets a good hit, followed up by the Spatial Rend from Typhlosion, and Orthworm holds on. That not very effective move does massive damage because it got that critical hit. Corviknight is going for the Sky Attack. We are going to see it become cloaked in that harsh light as those wings fly up high into the sky. And Orthworm tries for the Terra Blast, but it will not affect Gengar at the moment because it will be a normal type move unless you're a terrestrial Pokemon. And the Swift, not very effective on Orthworm or Corviknight, but Orthworm is eliminated, and that name always feels so unnatural to say, so it kind of helps me. But the Petal Blizzard will hit everyone on the field, not very effective on Gengar or Corviknight from Typhlosion there, and the Sky Attack will connect, and Typhlosion is eliminated by Corviknight. It did not want to be facing down a Fire type Pokemon, but out comes Skeletouch, another Fire Ghost type, and Fortress comes out for the Olivine Carbons as Gengar with the False Swipe onto Fortress. That is not a shiny Fortress though, as Corviknight with the Infernal Parade onto Gengar. Super effective move there on the Ghost type Pokemon. Skeletouch is going to go with the Payday, trying to make its money, but that move was not very effective onto Fortress, who shakes it off and goes for the fake tears because it would not really be crying after that. But it does lower the special defense of Skeletouch as Gengar with the Sludge trying to capitalize on its poison typing, but the Steel types are immune. And now we get the Esper Wing onto Gengar, and Gengar is eliminated with that super effective move from Corviknight, who has boosted its speed in the process. Gengar is taken out, and Skeletouch with the Scorching Sands goes for Corviknight, who's also immune to that because it's part flying type. And there's the Bullet Punch onto Skeletouch from Fortress. Not very effective there. Even with the critical hit, Skeletouch is able to tank that, and out comes Drifblim for the Hard Home Spectres. The Olivine Carbons are actually in the lead at the moment as the Fire Spin onto Drifblim from Corviknight is going to trap it in that Fiery Vortex, so it will take continuous passive damage. Now the Psychic Fangs onto Fortress. Not very effective there from Drifblim. So many resistances, so many immunities, but the Extreme Speed connects onto Fortress yet again. Not very effective on the Steel type Pokemon as Fortress with the Zen Headbutt onto Drifblim gets a good hit, and there's that Fiery Vortex continuing to do damage to Drifblim as Corviknight goes for the Fissure, but it doesn't affect Drifblim, who is also Ghost Flying type, so it's immune to the Flying type, to the Ground type moves on top of its immunities being Fighting and Normal. And a Fly is being set up by Skeletouch, who flies up into the sky, the Flying Crocodile as the Reflect type from Fortress. So Fortress is no longer Steel Bug, it is now a Ghost Flying type Pokemon. And Drifblim continues to take damage from that Fire Spin. Corviknight going for the nasty plot here. It is going to boost its special attack a great deal here. And that Brave Bird from Drifblim onto Fortress gets a good hit there. Drifblim does get a little bit of recoil damage, which is risky because it's continuing to take damage from the Fire Spin. That Fly not very effective onto Corviknight from Skeletouch as Fortress with the reversal will not affect Drifblim. Again, they are immune to fighting type moves, as Drifblim still hurt by that fire spin. It needs to get rid of it, as the electro web will finish Drifblim off anyway. That's super effective move, and it's also going to lower that speed stat of Skeletouch. I wonder if Fortress can actually move quicker than Skeletouch, and that it can, as it goes for the flail. But unfortunately, that does not affect Skeletouch. There's those immunities yet again. Skeletouch with the triple dive onto Fortress that connects with the first one. Connects with the second. I do not think the third will be enough to get the job done, as Fortress is still holding on in this matchup. But it is a 5-3 advantage on the side of the Carbons, and out comes Poltergeist. Corviknight immediately with the superpower, which will not affect Skeletouch. Again, going for those fighting type moves. And Poltergeist with the magic room, making it so everybody's held items will lose their effects. Now everybody in the PokeType League always holds a Leopard Berry, and the scale shot onto Skeletouch from Fortress. This is actually going to speed up Fortress, lowering its defenses in the process. It does this multi-hit move, and it's not enough to take out Skeletouch, but it does connect with all 5 moves. As I said, Fortress lowering its defense stat, but it does boost its speed, and it can lower a little bit of that defense because it's 140 base, and the struggle bug not very effective on Corviknight or Fortress. Fortress is still holding on in this matchup, and it has its special attack lowered, but the mirror armor of Corviknight lowers the special attack of Skeletouch. Sorry, there is so much going on. Poltergeist taking damage there, but with that weak armor, lowering its defenses, boosting its speed, as well as the pointed stones are now floating on the side of the Hearthome Spectres, and Poltergeist with the Trick Room is going to reverse the speed order of this match. So the quickest Pokemon on the field is now the slowest, which means Skeletouch is going to go for the soft boiled. Very smart play, because it's taken some hits here. It is going to restore some much needed health. It was an easy target before, as the pain split from Fortress, it's going to share, more steal some of Poltergeist's health. They're very smart there by Fortress. It was such an easy target on the field, as the Aurora fail does fail from Skeletouch. Fortress with the Fire Lash, and Poltergeist is eliminated by Fortress. It is a 5v2 battle, and the Poison Fang onto Skeletouch, not very effective. Skeletouch tanks that hit, but it's left poison. That was a crucial point there by Corviknight to leave that status condition on the Skeletouch, who takes that passive damage from the poisoning. And out comes Electrode as the last Pokemon for the Hearthome Spectres, who immediately has those pointed stones dig into it, but it is going to terrestrialize into a ghost type Pokemon. Does Electrode see how it can perform here today? It has not had a great season, considering the Hearthome Spectres as a whole are undefeated, 5-0. See if Electrode can bring it for its side. Skeletouch here going for the extreme speed, but it doesn't affect Fortress. Remember, it became the same type as Drifblim earlier on, and the Leech Life there onto Skeletouch, not very effective there from Fortress, restoring the tiniest bit of health there. And now we have Corviknight with the Water Gun. This will be super effective on Skeletouch, and Skeletouch is eliminated with the Water Gun. I was not expecting that. Electrode is all by itself, going for the growth. It's going to boost its physical stats here, because its offensive stats here, because it knows it needs to take down 5 Pokemon. And we get the Hydro Pump from Fortress, doing a bit of chip damage there to Electrode, followed up by the Fling from Corviknight, but unfortunately that does fail. Now, usually Electrode would be the quickest Pokemon in any battle. As it goes for Swords Dance, it's going to boost its attack. It's really boosting those offensive stats. It's waiting for the Trick Room to end. As the Magic Room wears off, it will move quicker than everyone when that happens. And a Grass Knot now onto Electrode. The Steel types need to get it off the field before it can do anything, and a Brick Break will not affect Electrode. Again, that immunity coming into play. Electrode with the Cotton Spore. This is actually terrible, because it's going to activate the Mirror Armor of Corviknight, and it's going to lower the speed a great deal of Electrode just as the Trick Room ends. Electrode's not the quickest on the field, and it's going to be hit with the Sand Tomb from Corviknight. What was Electrode thinking? It's become trapped in the quicksand. And there is that Leopard Berry being eaten by Corviknight, who's been in the matchup since the very beginning. Even Fortress is quicker than Electrode as it goes for the Baby Doll Eyes, lowering that attack of Electrode. Electrode with the Draining Kiss, because it knows it needs some health, trying to take it from Corviknight. Not very effective. Electrode gets a little bit of much needed health back though, but it is going to take damage from that Sand Tomb, so it's only a matter of time. Surely, Power Trick from Corviknight, switching its attack and defense. And now Fortress has the opportunity to get a massive elimination, and goes for the Blast Burn, and it gets the Olivine Carbons the victory and hands the Heart Home Spectres their first defeat of the season. The Resistances have come out on top, and in a huge way. They only lost one Pokemon in this matchup. The Olivine Carbons have shown that the Heart Home Spectres are beatable, and this will leave the Spectres still sitting in second place, as next round they will be taking on the Fortree Tempest. But the Steel types will have a huge matchup next round because they've beaten Who's in second. Next round they'll be facing Who's in first, the Motorstoke Engines. But until then, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field. If you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I will see you when you see me.